This was a fantastic exercise of democratic participation.
The conference is important because the European Union is a dynamic project. It changes according to the challenges it has to face.
The Conference on the Future of Europe has been a massive effort, sounding out people across the European Union in thousands of events on what future they would like to see, how the EU should work to improve their daily lives and better reflect the will of the people. Looking at thousands of ideas, citizens' panels boiled them down to nearly 180 recommendations for the European Parliament, Commission and Council to consider. On improving democracy in the EU, categories included protecting democracies, media, and disinformation, altogether drawing more than 2,500 ideas.
Europe is only thinkable with democracy as a basic principle. And to do so, I think we have to strengthen the European Parliament, right of initiative, for example, right of inquiry, budgetary full rights. And secondly, we have to defend the rule of law as a basic idea for our continent. If we do both equally, then we strengthen and we defend Europe.
On migration, categories included asylum, integrated border management, deepening international cooperation, and legal migration and integration.
It should be all European Union, all the members of the European Union that should share this effort. And what we see today is that some member states have the burden and the others are not contributing, are not sharing this responsibility. And the citizens were very vocal on this.
The Future of Europe conference also focused on the coronavirus recovery, boosting jobs, growth and investment, and a more inclusive and fairer economy.
Citizens want a strong economy, but they also want social policies, and they want to make sure that in the future of Europe, young people have more opportunities, not less than the current generations have. And this is why the solutions that we adopted secure a strong economy, social policies, but we also propose to manage debt and public finances with great care, because if politicians are irresponsible and over-in-debt themselves, it will be the young people which unfortunately would have to pay that back.
There were nearly 2,000 ideas for education, culture, youth, and sport.
I'm myself member of a linguistic and traditional minority in Europe as a German-speaking living in Italy. So for me, this topic was extremely important, how to protect minorities in Europe and how to protect languages, especially also endangered languages. We should not always think only about the so-called big languages in Europe, but also the small languages which are a big cultural heritage of this continent.
Agriculture was an important part of the climate change and environment category, which attracted more than 3,500 ideas.
We had an intense debate about the future of agriculture, how to have a sustainable food production in Europe. We saw after the attack in Ukraine how important also food security is in Europe. So we need to produce food in a sustainable way, but we also need to produce enough food.
There were also calls for greener transport.
I liked the proposal to better connect the railway system, mainly the night train system, to do investments and to have more common standards.
With European Parliament elections coming up in 2024, the Conference on the Future of Europe comes at a critical moment to show Europeans the EU will evolve with their voices and their votes.
This will help us to have a kind of roadmap to the transformations that we have to do in European Union, in policies and also in governance.
The message from citizens is crystal clear. Let's strengthen Europe. Let's make Europe ready for the next decade in front of us. Look to China, look to the war now in Ukraine, look to the global challenges on climate and on digitalization. We have to do it together.